everybody. It is time for the Witches Movie Coven. So that means it is time for Willow to start barking. She has been quiet for the past 4 hours. So welcome to the Witches Movie Coven. My name is Patti Negri. I am one of your hosts, and I know our panel looks a little. We are Heather is missing today. Hopefully she'll be found. No, she is busy and working, and Jason should be showing up soon. But we are here. Yes, we have her book, so that's almost as good. Courtney promised she would channel her today. Oh, we have Miss Courtney Buckley here in her beautiful Witches Movie Coven wrap. Correct.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
See, it should say it on the head or something. I don't know. We are all bundled up for the rain, and not bundled up on his head is beautiful Richard-Lael Lillard.
Wow.
He's got a new shiny look going on. It's beautiful.
Yes. Gorgeous.
Wald is beautiful. Wald is beautiful. But
you know what? Is beautiful.
I was telling you, I've done this before. When we did the first Ghost Adventures together,
yes.
I was bald then. And but every couple of years I just need to shave it all off and start all over. So
I think that's great. It looks good, and if no one's going to mistake you. It's not like, wait, he looks so familiar. We know you, Richard-Lael. Hair, long hair, short hair, no hair. You're Richard-Lael.
The funny thing, as much as I love the Addams Family, because now I'm wearing bronzer for the camera, but in person I'm so pale. I'm like, you can see that I'm very white. So people will say, "Oh, Uncle Fester," and I go, "Well, that's not really the Addams member I would like."
Yeah, well, no, I don't see any Uncle Fester in you, bald or not. You're not Uncle Fester. No.
Well, I used to have a bald man. I the biggest crush of my life was Yul Brynner.
Me too.
Yes.
Yes. I was little bitty King and I.
Oh.
My first movie crush was Yul Brynner. And
I'm Googling who Yul Brynner is.
You don't know who he is?
You didn't get it, Courtney.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
You didn't know who he was? That's so scary. He's the King and I. But
we're lucky that I know what day of the week it is. If we can remember, I watched the wrong movie last time, so it's like I need Googling in my life, obviously.
Googling. We all need Googling. What did we do before Googling? I don't know. I don't know what we did. Hi, everybody checking in. I want to say hi to Raymond and Mary Jane and to Robert. Robert, we've missed you. It's like if we couldn't have canceled this week, we had to be here. You'd get mad at us. To KC, so everybody. So thank you for coming. Again, Jason will be here soon. Otherwise, you are stuck with us, and we are happy. Everybody's got their Black Phillip at hand.
There
he is.
Ow!
He looks like a mannequin there, though. I know, beautiful. He looks a little mannequin-y there, but
he's a little mannequin-y.
Yeah, my first real crush, a little mannequin there. His coloring is a little off. Maybe it's a line.
There was a Western that he was in where he played a villain. I can't remember now, but I remember.
I have his filmography pulled up here. Spanish Western.
Oh yeah. Lisa said it. Yummy Yule. He's Yummy Yule.
It was Westworld. Our producer says it was Westworld.
Oh yeah, Westworld, 1973.
He was so beautiful.
I don't remember that one, but I certainly remember in The King and I.
Invitation
and whatever
to a
else
gunfighter. Invitation to a Gunfighter comes up as well.
Well, the movie we are talking about, it doesn't have Yul Brynner in it, but it is Maleficent. It does have Angelina Jolie. And it does open up with a black goat, doesn't it? Indeed, it does. I had forgotten that. It opens up with a Black Phillip. So he made a little cameo right there. But before we start talking about the movie, let's catch up a little bit. What have you guys been doing? Let's start with Courtney. It seems like forever since we've seen you, and I don't know why.
I miss you guys so much. I miss everybody in the chat so much. I'm so glad that we did this week. What's new with me? I've been just working You know, doing my thing. But I do have something very exciting coming up, and I know you both will appreciate this, Richard-Lael, you especially, because I feel like you've heard me talk about this before. But a question I get asked a lot doing Scared and Alone is, what is my like top of the bucket list haunted location that I'd love to go and investigate? And something very exciting happened. I booked my top of the bucket list location to investigate for a whole night in April. I get to go to the Villisca Axe Murder House, and I get the whole house for the whole night.
Wow.
So, yep, it's a surprise for, or it was a surprise for my friend Sarah, who does the Paranormal XL podcast. It's their 4-year anniversary for the podcast. So we're gonna do some things from there, and it's gonna be exciting. And I can't wait.
You're gonna do things.
You're
gonna bring Not a Doll?
No, you think I want to get on a plane with that? Where is it? That I don't want to get on a plane. I'm gonna bring Black Phillip, but not that.
Yeah. Speaking of Black Phillip, my Black Phillip, I don't know. Hopefully you guys follow all of us on social media, because you will see Black Phillip all over the world with Jason and with Courtney and with Heather.
Not so much with me. Not so
much with me either. And I've been traveling everywhere without him, and he hates me now. I'm sorry. I'm a heavy packer. So I'm already sitting on my suitcase to try to get it to close. It's like, oh, wait, I have to take Black Phillip. But I just need to remember that he is the very best airplane pillow. So maybe I just need to carry him outside. It doesn't count for one of your 2 items, does he?
No, I don't think so. If it's a neck pillow, I don't think so.
Patti, I'd like to point out that that's probably why his eye looks like that, because he's giving you the evil eye for not.
He's giving me the evil eye. One straight, one. I don't even know which is the way. Is it supposed to go up and down or sideways?
Mine goes sideways.
So his up and down one is wrong.
Because cats, the reason the pupils are the way that they are, cats, a lot of it's vertical. Because they go up and down. That's so that they can look out in the prairies and they can see above the grass. Goats, on the other hand, they're very linear, and so they need to see on a wide spectrum. So that's why their eyes are sideways.
Wow, I did not know that.
Though according to legend, there is a legend as to why the goat has the eyes and he has a short tail. The legend is that the devil the goat had a long tail, and the goat had regular eyes, but then somehow he crossed a bridge and the devil didn't want him to go. So he grabbed hold of the tail and the tail fell off. And so the devil said, fine, I'm going to make you cross-eyed. And it doesn't really make any sense, but it's some old legend, like 500-year-old legend.
Did the devil grab Black Phillip's tail and give him a butthole? Oh no, poor Black Phillip! I'm so sorry.
Is that getting bigger?
Yes, and also he has a stomach hole too.
Oh no! What are you doing to Black Phillip, Courtney?
Loving him. I'm loving him too hard.
Loving him to death.
Also, sometimes I feel like I have to put my whole head inside to hide from.
You could get help for that. You're loving him to death.
Listen, he has little wires inside that poke out. I gotta sew him up.
So we are really glad that you are going to your bucket list place, Miss Courtney.
Oh,
so we'll. Isn't he pretty? Yeah, he is pretty.
He's so good looking. Oh,
good looking. Yeah.
Well, it's all these years later. One of my favorite crushes.
Me too. All right. So Richard-Lael, what have you been doing?
I got to go investigate the Shanley Hotel in upstate New York.
What?
Yeah, I went for my friend's birthday. We went to the Shanley Hotel, and the spirits that were there didn't like the fact that he was wearing a page boy, like a cabbie, and the spirits they chuckled at him. They said, "Sit down, boy."
Really?
I want to go there.
It was fun. It was really lovely. I got more interaction out of the brothel, but Patti, you and I know when we did the investigation at the where am I going? Virginia City, I think.
Yes.
When ladies who work in brothels, they
like you.
They like me. They
Yeah.
I'm not quite
Who
Yul
doesn't?
Brynner. I'm not quite Yul Brynner, but they'll deal with a slightly flamboyant musical.
No, they love you. Yeah. Oh, we are gonna get set up by Yul over and over again. Well, that's great that you got to do that. That is fun.
Yes, I knew you'll love it.
Yeah, but
guys, look in the comments. Michelle, it's Michelle's birthday this weekend.
Happy
birthday, Michelle!
Happy birthday, Michelle! Yay! Happy birthday! Yay! We send you so many wishes and so much magic, and yeah, it's gonna be a good year.
Of magic and wishes, Patti, you have something that you are working on.
I do. This is something I have talked about forever and ever and ever. If I do readings with people and I'm very color sensitive, and I see, and I always talk about, okay, this is really important. You've got this important audition or interview. You got to wear deep blue panties. You got to wear this. I'm telling people I don't even know what color underwear to wear. I've taken it next level. I am now launching Patti's Power Panties. They come with spells that you do and you breathe into your panties, which is and they come in many different styles, boys and girls. I have the thong style. Wealth. Look at that. There's money, and that sigil is a money sigil. Look at this one. Here's a nice boys pair, a boys pair that talks about strength. Look at the sigil on that. And of course, my favorite, we have the Helm of Awe panties coming up. Wait, where's the words? Wait, I'm not a good display model yet. String protection. This one's protection, and we have them have witch. We have rainbow ones for the LGBTQI community. We have boy shorts for girls. We have all sorts of. This one says intuition. We are working on that. Patti's Power Panties. You guys, this can change your life. I've known this for decades. That how important, and I believe me, I have award-winning movie stars that make sure they always have the right color panties clean. This goes next level. It has the word, it has the color, it has the magical symbol and sigil, it has the magical spell that you do every time you put them on. It takes 3 seconds. Change your life. Get some Patti's Power Panties. Just go to the same place that you go to get our mysterycontrol.com, the same place you can buy Witches Movie Coven. Patti's Power Panties. I know. And I've got a whole bunch upstairs. My husband, Carrie, is building this cutest little, like a clothesline, like when we go to conventions and we're pitching our books and things like that. I'm going to have little panties hanging everywhere.
That's so cute.
I love it. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Shirley. I wasn't going to pitch this early, but this is perfect. Yeah, I've been busy too. I've been traveling. I went right from Australia to the Caribbean to Mexico. I'm actually leaving tomorrow for very, very chilly Indiana to do an investigation. But it's been great. And next week, I must say I'm honored. I'm going to be back locally in the Parapod Festival. And I'm going to be doing a seance. I'm going to be doing ghost tours at Mentryville Ghost Town, which I was with my friend Linda the Ghost Hunter just this past weekend. It's really active. For those of you who don't, you could go there anytime. It's literally an open LA park or city park. It's called Mentryville Ghost Town, but we rented it for the night, and I'm going to be there again. So Parapod Festival, if you guys are in Southern California, I'm up for 2 awards. I'm up for Best Spiritual Podcast against 2 really great people with Colby Rebel and another one I can't think of the name of. And I'm also up for Best TV Psychic Medium against bigger people than me. I'm up against Chip Coffey and Tyler Henry. So I'm just happy just to be nominated, but that's going to be great next week. I know. I can't believe it. I feel like Sally Fields or something, but things are great. Yes. Michelle, you're going to see us at Michigan Paragon. I'm going to be there. We need to get everybody there at Michigan. That's a big one. That's a fun one.
I want to go back.
So yes, I will definitely be there at Michigan Paragon. And let's get everybody there. Everybody.
When is it?
August.
I don't know.
It's the the end of August.
Well, maybe that's a
Richard-Lael, we could drive together and save on airfare.
We could do
Yes.
that.
Ooh,
And
could
then you
drive
could
together.
finally give me that thing that you've been promising.
Right. Well, come to Massachusetts and it will be faster than
All your
me
secret
getting
talk.
to-
I'm
Okay.
Well, she found me when we were doing Scared Alone more regularly. When we'll be picking it back up, but she found me something. She says, "Oh my God, I found this thing, and I hope you like it. I really think you would love it." And I said, "Oh, I'm sure that I will." And so she showed it me, and I said, "I love it." She said, "Okay, I'll get it in the mail." And then of course Courtney is busy, and that's okay. Oh, look who's here! We've got Mr. Jason Mann.
Jason, he made it. Yes.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry for my lateness, but
No,
it's great to see
no,
you
hold-
all.
It is so good to see you all. And you're bringing a nice purple hue in. I kind of like it.
Hey,
Mm.
I do what I
That's
can.
good. That is good. We needed that. So, okay, finish your story, Richard-Lael, and then we're going to say hi to Jason.
I don't remember where I was. I was just so excited to see Jason.
Oh, yeah. Your secret talk. She's going to give you that thing. She's going to go to her haunted place and do stuff.
Listen, I have raging ADHD, and so this gift that I bought for Richard-Lael lives on my dining room table, but also what lives on my dining room table is all of the things that don't have a place in my house. And so I walk past it all the time and I don't see it, so I don't bring it anywhere. And then every time I look at Richard-Lael, I remember I'm supposed to.
But
It's months. It's been since like the summer.
Here's the greatest thing, though. Here's the greatest thing, and I kind of love it because it has a symbol of the devil on it, and that's what I love. I love the symbol of the devil, and it's sort of the classic red devil. And I like this because it makes Courtney think of me. So in a way, there's a little piece of me there in Salem right now on her coffee table doing this.
You have a lot of pieces. I have a lot of pieces of you in my house.
That is true. You do have a few of my pieces.
But someday I can go get it. I can go get it and I can show it to you guys. It's not a secret. It's just it's a long running joke because I cannot for the life of me get myself to the damn post office. So I don't know. Someday, but if we take a road trip to Michigan Paragon, I will bring it in the car. Hopefully.
Well, I may be coming up. I may be coming up to Salem anyway. I'm coming up to Boston for SatanCon, but it's potential that I may be arriving a week early and being in Salem. That's top secret. I can't really talk about more detail. I may be in Salem the week before.
I will find you, whether in Boston or in Salem, and I will deliver your present to you firsthand.
Well, then what am I going to poke you about?
Maybe I'll probably forget. I will drive all the way there, and then I'll go, I left it at home. I always do that. So,
Jason, welcome. Hi.
Jason,
Oh,
hi.
It's so good to be back with all of you. I had a workshop tonight. I talked for like 2 hours, so it took us forever to get out. So I'm a little late. Thanks for putting up with me. I've missed you all so much, and tomorrow I might possibly see Courtney.
Ooh, wow.
Jason, do you have your Black Phillip with you?
Of course I have my Black
I'm
Phillip
gonna
with
bring
me.
mine. And
He travels everywhere with me.
We talked about that earlier. Mine's very envious.
Yeah, mine was just at Llewellyn with Heather Greene's Black Phillip. And we took pictures that I think that are on Instagram and Facebook of our Black Phillips together going through the Llewellyn Library and parts of the Llewellyn. They did drink too at the Pagonicon Festival, which we were at over the weekend. Like Black Phillips do. They do live deliciously, of course.
They live deliciously. So tell us what you've been doing. We've been doing check-in, what we're up to and stuff like that. Sounds like you've been busy.
I was at Convocation, which is a pagan festival in Detroit at the end of February. Last weekend, I was at Pagonicon in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And this weekend, I'm at the Magical Marketplace in Boxborough, Massachusetts. So right now, I'm actually in New Hampshire. No, sorry, I'm in Rhode Island. Island. Get confused by all of these New England states because I'm not from here. I'm in Rhode Island at Laura Tempest Zakroff's house.
Tell her hi.
I'll pass that along to her. I was at the Veiled Crow doing a workshop tonight for them. So it's been a very busy few weeks. Very exciting, but very busy.
Jason, you're so close. I can clutch you.
I can feel the power of Courtney
like the
Buckley.
Energy.
It's right there.
Well, we're glad
Oh,
that you made it. We have
I
not
know.
started talking about the movie yet, except that it does open up with the Black Phillip, which I didn't even know or remember. I sat down to watch it again last night. It's like, oh, it's going to be a good movie. All right, but let's
Oh.
talk about Maleficent.
Can I, real quick, there's a comment there from Raymond. Courtney, did you join a convent? No, this is this is our merch. This is the, hold on, I can't.
Model, please model.
Yeah, hold
please
on.
Model.
This is the Witches Movie Coven blanket. So I'm being snuggly in my computer chair while I'm talking to all of you fine people.
And we
And
all
so
should have one,
Yeah, you can get it at mysterycontrol.com.
along with panties.
Yeah. Patti,
And Jason's going, what?
real quick, I had a question. What panties should I get for Scared and Alone when we bring that back?
You should get I have one of the protection panties. Which one? Let's see. I have some with really good power. I think my favorite sigil always is the Helm of Awe. It's a rune. It's the most protective sigil I know, and it says protection right on them. So you can get any style you want: boys shorts, thongs, G-strings, bikini, high-waisted.
Do they
You
come
need
in
these.
brown or yellow? Because
Wow, we didn't
kind of
need
what
to
I
go
need.
there.
I didn't
Listen,
make
I'm
any
asking
coming in
questions
brown
for
or
the public,
yellow.
okay? I'm asking questions for the public. If people are going out and doing scary things, sometimes they need support, like me.
Yes. All right. Well, no, I'll have to add that. I'll talk to my designer, Christine, and see about brown or yellow in the protection panties. But no, these will keep you protected that you won't need brown or yellow. We have the green for money. We have the strength. We have magic. We have rainbow coming in for, we have witch ones. My whole life has changed. So
I felt
you
bad
need
that
them.
Jason missed the panties talk, so we had to.
He's like, no idea.
Thanks for letting me in.
We'll
I feel
catch him up.
blessed.
We'll catch him up. So, all right, let's talk Maleficent. Who wants to go first? We don't have Heather to give us a whole history of the movie, but let's see some photos. Yes. A vengeful fairy is driven to curse an infant princess, only to discover that the child may be the only person who can restore peace to their troubled land.
I will go first because you know how I feel about Disney.
Yeah.
I despise everything excepting for I really love Maleficent.
Oh,
what? No, I am going to say this because there was a brief time when Disney, I love when Disney does original things. Is it Sleeping Beauty? It's this much Sleeping Beauty. It's this much even of the original fairy tale. They've taken something, they've made it completely new, and I love the fact that they sort of show the other side. It's easy to paint someone as a villain and say, "Ooh, that's evil and bad," but they say, "But why?" And then, I'm not particularly a fan of Angelina Jolie, but when her wings are removed and she feels like she's been violated, it's palpable.
Mm-hmm.
I get goosebumps.
Yeah.
She was betrayed. She thought that she was loved, and then he destroys just for greed this thing that was so beautiful. And then when she turns around and curses this child, it's because she's so filled with rage, rightfully so. She's been violated to the point where she is no longer who she is, and she sees their happiness, and what Aurora represents is the happiness that they have come together to create, and it wasn't her. And what she thought she had was real. She loved him so much. So, do I love the movie? Yes, I actually do love this movie. I do love a Disney movie. I do love a Disney movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that is good. So that's perfect. So thank you. Richard-Lael loves the Disney movie. All right. Who wants to go next?
Yeah.
Courtney, how about you?
Maleficent is a whole mood for me, honestly. Just like Richard-Lael was just talking about, like she gets her heart destroyed. She, gets her wings ripped off. She is no longer the whole fairy that she was, and she just goes and gets it. Like she goes and gets her revenge. Of course, there's more to the story than that, obviously, but like watching this, it fills you with that, like, oh yeah, get it, girl, like do it. And I really enjoyed it. I think the scenery was beautiful. I am a fan of Disney, as we know, so Disney really can't do a lot wrong in my mind. But I think Angelina Jolie, who is similar to Richard-Lael, I'm not a huge fan of. Like I won't go see a movie just because she's in it, but I appreciate her a lot in this movie. I think that she pulled it off wonderfully, and like those eyes, those cheekbones, like look at that, stunning. But I think she embodied the character really well, and she was scary, but at the same time, she was scary, and she made you feel for her, if that makes sense. Like she was scary, but I loved her. My heart wanted what her heart wanted for her, kind of a thing. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Completely. You are. Yes. And I did like the Raven Man too. I must say, he was, anyway, I'm not talking yet. You are. Huh?
Oh, that's just my
basic.
that's my basic outline. I think, I love it too. I was never really a big fan of like the original Sleeping Beauty cartoon, like the animated film. It was boring to me. I didn't love it, but Maleficent, when the live action came out, actually, I'm going to take back what I just said. I don't love the live actions for the most part that Disney does, but I did love this one because I felt like they weren't trying to recreate Sleeping Beauty. They were giving her own story, and I liked that a lot.
Right.
That was it.
And it's looking at people are agreeing us. Robert agrees about Maleficent, who it is. So thank you. All right, Jason, do you want to? You look like you're sitting very low.
I am, like I'm on somebody's floor. I'm on Tempest's floor right now on my iPad. I it's sort of a mess. I'm not like where I'm usually comfortable, but I really wanted to be here though, just because I've missed all of you so much. It's been a long several weeks. This is just such part of my family. I just love you all. Anyway, I'd never seen Maleficent until I watched it a few weeks ago for the show. So I had very low expectations. I like some of the Disney reimaginings of live action movies, but usually they're shot for shot remakes of the cartoons. And in that sense, they're sort of boring. I liked Maleficent a lot because it was a complete recreation of something else. Like it's got the Sleeping Beauty DNA, but it's a different movie entirely. The focus is different. Everything about it is different. A lot of the characters are very different. Like the king is like an evil asshole, right? And I can say that word, I think, in this show. Like in this, right? So it's different in the original cartoon. He seems like a nice sort of bumbling person. And so it's a different story in that sense. And it's so well done. And it's not padded. It's 90 minutes. It's a very quick, breezy 90 minutes. There's never time to be bored in the movie, which I really appreciated. And I think Maleficent, Angelina Jolie, she's threatening, and you can feel like you should be scared of her. But then there are those moments where Jolie plays the character so well where she melts. Like when she looks at young Aurora as a child, and despite what she wants to feel, she loves the child, right? And can't resist it. And you can see that little smile in the corner of her face. And it's so well done. And you can't help but love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree wholeheartedly. So thank you about that. And we're getting some really nice comments. You guys, thank you. People are liking it. Constantine liked it. And interesting, Colin said, I thought this movie highlights how humans try to destroy what they do not understand. Maleficent is a force of nature, neither good nor evil, but humans, humans mess everything up. We know that. You have to put that into every movie, every plot line, every book, everything. We're silly. But yeah, I think that was, and the humanity that she showed, even though she wasn't human, was pretty brilliant. I loved it. I'm sure I saw it before, but I don't remember it. So it was probably one of my 2 a.m. way back when, years and years ago when it first came out, because it was like watching it for the first time. And I loved opening up with the little black goat and feeding it, and this beautiful little fairy that we saw become this other world. The cheekbones bothered me though. I don't know why. I just wanted to like feed her cheeks or something. I mean, she was so beautiful and striking, but the makeup was phenomenal. Whatever they did, whatever that was, prosthetics or just makeup to the nth degree. But it's so good it bothered me. And I didn't once go Sleeping Beauty. I mean, I don't sit there going, "What's fair?" until the end. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot. I never was looking at the story of Sleeping Beauty until they said it at the end. Oh yeah, I forgot. And I'm Sleeping Beauty. It's like, oh, I wouldn't even have gone there once had they not said it. So, and I watched it late last night, and I certainly stayed awake. And I really fell in love with the Raven character. I don't even know who that actor is, but there's something about him. He was really charming.
There was one thing I didn't like about the film necessarily, and I thought the three fairies, looked really weird and fake and uncomfortably weird. And as admitted, I didn't see this movie until this year. So it was also surprising to see Dolores Umbridge as a character that I'm supposed to like. And then one of the other fairies was Keely Jones from Ted Lasso, which is a show I absolutely love. And I'm having trouble separating those actors from the characters they're playing today. So I'm looking at my wife. I'm like, that's Dolores Umbridge, like one of the most evil characters in the history of movies. And I can't like this person at all, even if I'm supposed to like her and her incompetence in this film.
The same thing happened to me. I was rewatching it today on the computer, and I was sitting here, and I did like a double triple take, and I was like, Umbridge, like, oh no, and I instantly I was like, nope, I can't watch any senior, and I don't like you.
Well, I've never seen any Harry Potter excepting for the one that you forced me to watch. So I came into it fresh eyes, and I only in hindsight now realize, oh right, there was that woman who played Umbridge that I didn't know was a villain. So yes, now I get it. Okay.
Richard-Lael, I'm going to find you and pry your eyes open and make you watch them. I have them all in various formats.
Richard-Lael and the Deathly Hallows. Yeah, that's a movie I would watch in a heartbeat.
Yeah, yes, Lisa, you'll have to watch it. Yeah, I like those little pixies. The little pixies, and they were weird looking because they were weird looking little pixies.
But you know what I really enjoyed? I have to admit, I was never really a fan of the Three Stooges, but I can honor the Three Stooges, and the sort of slapstick humor that the three fairies were doing reminded me of the Three Stooges, and it did garner a chuckle or two.
It did. Yes.
Yeah. I thought they were the most kind of annoying part of the film. Like when they were on screen, everything just kind of slowed down for me. Not enough that I wouldn't give this like a great rating. I really liked this film. As I think Richard-Lael was talking when Maleficent loses her wings, and I think we know what that's a metaphor for, was just incredibly powerful. I mean, I'm crying while I'm watching that. It was so well done. And then when the wings, spoiler alert, when the wings fly out again at the end, and you're like, yes, like, like it's this euphoric moment when they rejoin Maleficent and the power of that. I mean, this is a great movie. I'm just weirded out by the fairies.
Can we go back to the wings for a second? Like, just Angelina Jolie as an actress again. When she wakes up and she finds that her wings are gone, that like guttural scream that she does, it's like I felt that in every bone in my body. And when I first saw this movie, I watched it for pleasure when it was out because I wanted to see it, but I didn't look at it with any kind of discerning eye like I do when I watch movies for our chats. And rewatching that, like I made note of that to talk about because it was so chilling. Like I think it had more impact I don't know that it intended to. I don't know. It really struck a chord in me, how she did that. Like it was, I'm not just the writing, but like how she acted it. It was incredible.
And I love this aspect too, because when in the original story, we're talking Grimm's, the original story, it doesn't mention the fairy's name. It just says a wicked fairy cast a spell that she would prick her finger on her 16th birthday and die. Well, you wonder, well, why is this fairy so angry that she didn't get to go to a party? Why is she so angry? And then when she walks in and you know what she's gone through, you go, oh, that's why you're a wicked fairy. That's why you're angry. That's why you become the monster that you hate. That's why. I thought it was brilliant. But on a magical note, I wanted to talk about, if I may, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You did?
What I found personal to me is when Maleficent realizes, oh my gosh, I really love this girl. I can't help but love this beautiful, kind, good person. And she tries to revoke her curse, and it fizzles. And she tries and she tries and she tries. And with all of her might, she's trying to take back what she's done. And she can't. And that's what I try to tell people when I teach magic, is I say, magic comes at a price. Yeah. And it makes you face your biggest fear. And that price is different for every single person. But it makes you face your biggest fear. And you can't, sometimes with magic spells, you have to let it work itself out. There's no amount of reworking and trying to redo it. You just have to wait until it runs its course, and then you can change it.
There's a price. Yeah, that's beautiful. Speaking of magic, I want to go there. I want to Colin, because Colin said he doesn't like the Disney version of fairies. He's Irish, or they're Irish, and sees Irish as when I was in Ireland this past year doing a tour in Ireland, I'm like a fae realm. I hang out like Orion Foxwood, who has this fae. Fairies are fabulous, but Irish feel a whole different way about fairies. So Colin, please jump in about that. But yeah, they go through the veil. A lot of things go through the veil. Buckfield can go through the veil. But I'd never experienced that like I did in Ireland, that a whole different attitude about fairies, not like Disney fairies, not like American Witch, our version, many of us, of Fae Path or Fairy Path of Realm. So that's interesting to me.
One of the great things about Maleficent is, she's of the Fae and she's a butt kicker, right? Like when the humans come to invade her land, she destroys them all, and they're mad at her for like protecting what is hers, and and the people that are around her that she cares about, which is, what people like that do, get mad when they shouldn't be mad. But I mean, I thought it showed the fairies as the Fae, as a powerful force, as something not to be trifled with. So in that sense, it's much more accurate as to those European ideas about the Fae. And I appreciated that.
Yeah, I did too. I liked it. And she wasn't a fluffy fairy. Even when she was younger, she wasn't a fluffy fairy. And the three sisters, or whatever they were, they called them pixies, not fairies. I mean, I don't know what the difference was in a Disney version of it, but she was a badass. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. Colin, thank you for those comments, because that just intrigued the heck out of me when I was in Ireland.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just going to say, I think you just summed it up. She's a badass. Like, that's what makes me get excited about this movie, is that, you see someone who has been through something horrible stand up for themselves and get up and get it. And that's what she did. And it makes me, especially now, like I said, watching it with a more discerning eye, makes me want to get up out of my chair and cheer her on. Like, it gives... I love that. I love what someone said, it was like the same movie, but showing like the villain, or is the same story, but showing the villain's point of view. I love that personally. I love to see the villain's point of view, because I feel like you know, we watch all these movies that there's just the bad guy for the bad guy reasons, and there's not, you're just expected to hate them. And I, you know, you can't always, like, that's not how life works. And I know life, you know, movies aren't life, but it's refreshing when you get to see the other point of view. There's always two sides to the story and the truth. So yeah, that, go ahead.
I on that topic, you are absolutely correct. One of the things that I try to tell people is that we are always the hero of our own movie. No matter how evil and wicked and bad the person may be, most of the times, most people are not, they don't mean to be wicked and evil and bad. Most of the time, they are angry or they're upset and they don't understand. So, you know, they don't mean to be the villain. They just, it's just, and a case in point too is sometimes even as docile and kind as I am normally, sometimes people paint me as the villain, and maybe rightfully so. Maybe there's things that I may have done that affected them that I was completely unaware of. But we're not black and white and good and evil. We're all kind of in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As the truth usually is and everything else. Yeah.
One of the things about this movie that I really loved is it made me feel emotions. And I think that when you get wrapped up in characters and stories and you feel things and you're yelling at the screen for something not to happen, that's a sign that something is working. So I go back and I think about, you know, the little boy meeting Maleficent, and you know, it's been a couple of weeks and my brain is mush tonight, so I don't remember his name. But you know, he meets Maleficent, and you know, everything feels really great, and then he goes away, and you get that that happens in relationships and life. And then he comes back, and then they seem to reconnect, and he holds the knife up, and then he can't do it. And I'm thinking, thank heavens, he can't do it. He's not going to do it. He's not going to take the heel turn and be evil and bad, and I can breathe, you know. And I'm like, you know, screaming at the TV while this is happening, and my wife thinks there's something broken in me because I'm yelling at the TV. But I was like so wrapped up in it. And then of course he does betray her, and I screamed at the TV some more. But yeah. I love that I felt something. And this is the only of those Disney live action remakes that I've ever felt something, because the story was going in places that the cartoon never did.
Yeah, I laughed, I cried, I felt it all. I cried a lot during that movie. It's like I'm watching a freaking Disney, you know, fairy tale, but I cried. I did.
I got teary-eyed too, I have to admit. And it really, I'll just put it out on the table. So what really got me was she's so hopeful. Okay, hopefully maybe true love's kiss will wake her up. It doesn't exist. I don't believe in true love. Maybe. And then he kisses her and nothing happens. Mm-hmm. And she is so broken. And she goes over and she kisses Aurora to say goodbye and to say, I'm so sorry that I did this. And she awakens because it was true love. It was absolutely one. And you know, my own mother passed away in November, and it was, the first day was really, really hard. And then 24 hours later, she stood by my bed and she bent over and she kissed me on the forehead like she did when I was a baby. And when I saw that, I went, oh, you know, it was a beautiful, and I realized even then, I went, you know, relationships come and go and they have to form. And who knows, maybe this prince, whatever his name is, I don't remember, maybe it will turn into true love. But they only had a couple of encounters. Love has to be forged. It has to have ups and downs. That's what love is. It's not just this fairy tale, literally. But she showed it was a motherly love, and she loved this child. And she was fairy godmother, but she was the only real mother that this girl knew for 16 years of her life. The fairies didn't do any good. The pixies didn't do any good. Her own mother was the queen who didn't do any good. the only mother figure she had was Maleficent.
Yeah.
And it was great that someone finally realized that the pixies in the original Beauty and the Beast were Sleeping Beauty were pretty useless, right? So in Maleficent, we got to see them as they truly are, useless. And I really appreciated that.
What, newborns don't eat carrots? Whole carrots, not even peeled.
I found those characters annoying in Sleeping Beauty. I found them annoying in Maleficent. However, in Maleficent, they're supposed to be kind of annoying and incompetent, and somebody got them right.
Yeah. I liked them. I liked them incompetent. And thank you for this continuing fairy talk, Colin. Yes. Again, you guys, thank you. We just love all that going on. And yes, when I was in Ireland, I went to a real fairy farm, and Irish will build a road around a fairy fort. They will not go through it. Even the government will not. So it's a whole serious thing. But the fairies did a whole 180, turned me around. I closed my eyes, and the people all left, and they were behind me, and they hadn't moved. I had moved. I like the Fae. I'm going to go a Fae path. I'm going to find no. But I want Maleficent to be my Fae path. Anyway, I'm rambling.
I feel like Maleficent can be all of our Fae paths.
Yeah.
I feel like there's definitely something to take from that. And Richard-Lael, thank you for making me cry. I appreciated that.
Oh, well, good. I could
turn me into a blubbering mess.
Oh.
Okay,
but it's true.
So I guess
I'm sorry. I just really quick. I just want to reiterate, like that love to me. Like, I watch cheesy rom-coms and romantic Christmas movies are my kryptonite. I love them, but like I don't, at the end of the day, connect with that kind of a love story in the way that I connect to that motherly love, because the minute my kid was born, it was that visceral, like nothing else in the world like it, feeling of love. And like I didn't know what love was until I felt that. And so to watch that play out on screen with an actress who is as brilliant in this role as Angelina Jolie is, and then hearing you talk about that, like I am emotional right now. I'm not even watching the movie. So yeah, it's great.
I got emotional when Richard-Lael admitted to liking a Disney film. I mean, that to me was step number one tonight.
There actually are a few Disney films that I really, really love. Let me see if you can guess this story. If you can guess it, I'll give you, I don't know, you'll win. I don't know what. So this story that I really love that is also a Disney film, it shows a young woman who is an outcast, and then she makes friends with some strange magical creatures, and then she goes through ups and downs, and then she finds out that she's actually royalty, and of course her mother is dead. What movie is that?
Everyone?
Yes, Courtney.
Snow White?
No. But I have to laugh because it's all the same formula.
It's
Cruella. I actually really liked Cruella.
So you like the movies about the villains, is what we're getting.
Mm-hmm.
I love the movies about the villains, but as you break it down, it's the same story of every princess movie.
Everyone, yeah.
It's her mother is dead. She meets magical friends. Her life is up and down. She tries to survive, and then in the end, she finds out she's actually royalty. And you go, "Holy shit! It is Snow White. It's all of them. It's really all of them."
I was pretty sure. Oh, I'm sorry, Patty, but I was
go.
I was pretty sure Richard-Lael was going to tell us, like, my favorite Disney movies are Escape from Witch Mountain and The Black Hole.
Broomsticks.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say Sword in the Stone, because that's a good movie.
It's not good. I know that we're going to do that, like, one of these days, and I'm, like, going to wear my anti-Sword in the Stone movie, like, t-shirt or something. Like, and it's just, I'm just going to have, like, an Excalibur sweatshirt on or something, a good Arthurian movie. I'm very attached to Arthurian myth. Like, I want it to be a certain way. Yeah, sorry. It's another movie for another time. Thank you so much for joining us for the Witches movie, Kevin. I'm Jason, talking about the wrong films.
Well, that's what you never know what you're going to get with the Witches Movie Coven. We're sending Heather love wherever she is, but I guess it's, unless anybody has anything else to say, I guess it's time to vote on our thoughts on Maleficent. Wands up, wands down, or maybe I'll do panties up, panties down.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean,
Careful,
look,
buddy.
with a good time. My panties are always down.
Whoa.
But don't get your panties in a bunch. Aha! I got that from Robin Christine. I'm going wands up. If I could find my wand, it's here. I'm going to just do it.
I like the shoe. I like the shoe.
I'm living out of my suitcase, and this was nearby, and I thought, well, you know, shoes up. I didn't
Wands
bring my
up,
wand.
wands up, wands up across the board. How about you guys? Wands way up from Robert Hicks. I love Astara. I blocked the sword and the stone from my mind. We'll definitely have to do that movie because we're gonna rile people up. We like to rile people up. So we're getting a winds up now. We would love your opinions on what we want to do next. I don't know if we want to talk about what we want to do next, or we just want to.
I've got a question for those of you who are better at watching movies than me. I really loved Maleficent. Do I want to watch the sequel, which we didn't tackle tonight in addition? And I'm like, does the sequel live up to
I heard it was
Maleficent
really
standards?
good. I haven't seen it either. But I heard it was really, really good.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I've seen it. I think it's great. I think I was just a sucker for the first movie, but sometimes I think that I like the second one better in some ways.
Oh.
It's because it's a whole different, like it's whole different. It's its own thing again. It's not anything. It's not like Sleeping Beauty. It's like its whole own movie. I'm trying to say things without giving anything away. It's good. You should watch it. I liked it.
Okay.
All right.
I actually own it.
Add that.
I bought it.
To our. You own everything, Courtney.
No, I don't. I own Harry Potter, and I own I did not own the first Maleficent. I do own the second one.
Okay, so we're getting lots of suggestions, and we thank you guys. So, all right. Anybody want to talk about? We have just a couple of minutes left. Anything that anybody wants to have coming up?
If we're on Disney, I don't know anything about it, but you know, my algorithms are all screwed up on the YouTubes because I'm, doing research for these films. I hear mixed reviews about The Dark Crystal, and it makes me kind of want to go watch this horrible yet wonderful Disney film.
I don't know.
Well, The Dark Crystal, when it came out, I don't think was a Disney film, but it's a Henson film. As a child, I loved it. I'm scared that it's not going to hold up in adulthood as much.
I don't know anything about it.
It's an otherworldly experience, no matter what. I think it's a beautiful film, and I still quote parts of it. So I really love it. I had a Dark Crystal lunchbox, so I'm biased.
Netflix also came out with a Dark Crystal series, and my kid watches it nonstop. So I've sort of blocked Dark Crystal out of my vision, but for you, I will watch it.
I bring you Gelfling. Yes. Oh, sorry.
Okay, we'll add that to our list to discuss. All right, we have a few more minutes. Anybody have anything coming up that they want to do? You're coming to Parapod Festival. I've got all sorts of things, but just like us, follow us, go to our social media, buy our books, watch The Dark Crystal. I don't think I've ever seen The Dark Crystal. Is that bad?
Oh. No.
So we could be virgins together, Richard-Lael.
Yeah.
See, I'm saving myself for you.
Now you need dark crystal panties.
Okay.
So you can wear
dark crystal panties. In yellow or brown.
I'm just thinking of the year it would take us to watch all of Charmed at this point.
I've seen every episode. I could talk about it.
Okay, yeah, we were just suggested Charmed, so maybe we wouldn't have to watch every episode of Charmed.
I will watch them all again.
I'm good for Charmed.
Like a week, I'll watch them all.
The Brista series of The Worst Witch.
Oh,
probably means British.
What's that Tim Curry movie where he's the Grand High Witch or something?
Rocky Horror Picture Show?
No, I mean I love that film too. But what is it? It's where he sings this Halloween song and he's a witch. He's supposed to be.
That's The Worst Witch.
Is that The Worst Witch?
Yeah.
Because it's pretty. I've never seen it, but from the clips I've seen, it's pretty bad.
A 1986 TV movie, The Worst Witch.
See, you are channeling Heather today, Courtney.
I type 90 words a minute, so I'm just typing things into Google as we're talking.
Wow. That is good. Okay, so again, we thank everybody. Oh, thank you, Colin. You'd like the series, Patti? Okay, we'll have to watch the series. We have to watch movies. We'll have to talk to our producer. We are planning to be here next week. We thank you guys for hanging out with us when we've had a couple weeks off. It has the wonder somebody says our producer, not a doll has moved. Has not a doll moved?
No,
I was thinking that like about 10, 15 minutes ago. My attention went there and I went, oh, should I say that? Because I didn't really see it, but my attention went there.
I think she's looking more. She is looking more at you, my dear.
Yeah. Am I going to meet Not a Doll tomorrow?
Oh, God. You're going to make me drive with it?
Her.
It's not a her. It's not a doll.
Not a doll is a doll.
Courtney, you know I have great sympathy for you. I cannot make you do anything.
I'm going to bring it, and I'm going to make you hold it. And then you can say that it's not a doll. Then you can back me up, Jason, and tell everybody that it's not a doll because you'll see it for yourself.
Tomorrow afternoon, everyone, be ready for our live stream. Jason holds Not a Doll and decides whether or not a doll is a doll or not a doll.
It's
sure to go viral.
Spoiler alert, the answer is not a doll.
Yes, we hope Heather is back too, Robert. We hope she will. And I think she will be. But we're going to be here no matter what, because that's what we do.
Spoiler
so anyway, we have 2 more minutes left, I think, if there's anything to say. Otherwise, we could talk about Black Phillip. Everybody needs a Black Phillip. We could talk about merch. Again, Courtney, everybody needs Witches Movie Coven merch. We can get t-shirts, we can get mugs, we can get, I'm sure we can get underwear in that. We can get thing.
Right there. I can't, there's a QR code. If you scan it, it'll take you to Witches Movie Coven.
But the QR code on mine is under the word live and 5745.
Oh, hold on. Look, I'm going to do it right now. Oh, wait, put it back up. There's Patti Negri. Here's my phone.
Will it work? I bet you it won't work.
It's under the live.
It has to go lower. It's under the live.
Someone scanned the QR code.
Someone scanned the QR code. Oh, look at you.
And it brought me right to the Witches Movie Coven mystery control page where you can shop for all of your Witches Movie Coven. There's really cute stuff on here. Look at this cute little, hold on, let me pull it up here. This cute little t-shirt with Black Phillip on it. He's so cute.
And the Browitch collection, which of course I'm very proud of.
Yeah, the Browitch collection is pretty great. And I mean, Willow doesn't, I don't have a collection for Willow
that's
yet,
my blanket. So. That's the one I'm wearing right there.
And socks? I mean, my gosh, there is so much to do.
I didn't see the socks. Oh my God, I just got paid. What are you people doing to me? Now I have to order more.
Money in, money out. Cause and effect, action and reaction. Spoiler alert, Courtney is backing the wrong theory like she watched the wrong movie. I don't know what that means.
About the not a doll.
Not a doll being a not a doll.
That's it. Because it's a doll.
Yeah.
Take that off the screen right now.
She wants many.
I do not.
All right. On that note, we have one more thing that we do before we end, because we are witches, we want. So everybody be loud. Let your neighbors hear you. 1, 2, 3. You're the Witches Movie Coven.